8:30 Bible Challenge. And the reason the Bible Challenge is so late this evening, after church today, I announced that we would not have church at our church building. Instead, we were going to go to Cumberland. I was going to go and make a visit with my dad. He's been in the hospital for a few days, and he's out now, doing a little better at home. But he told me today, he said, I'm going to die soon. That's what he told me. And he's not afraid of dying. He knows that he knows Jesus, and he's going to go to heaven. Going to see my mom, who's been gone almost, over 2.5 years. He misses her. He'll get to see Jesus. He's got other friends and loved ones there. So we're going to look tonight at two scriptures, Hebrews 12 and Proverbs 15. Hebrews 12 and Proverbs 15. So while you're turning there, a little song. I'm kind of homesick for the country to which I've never been before. No sad goodbyes will there be spoken, for time won't matter anymore. Beulah land, I'm longing for you, and someday on thee I'll stand, where my home shall be eternal. Beulah land, sweet Beulah land, I'm looking down across the river, where my fame will end in sight. There's just a few more days to labor, then I will take my heavenly flight. Beulah land, I'm longing for you, and someday on thee I'll stand, where my home shall be eternal. Beulah land, sweet Beulah land, I see the light, I hear the singing, a brand new song of joy divine. My soul rejoices just in knowing that soon these pleasures will be mine. Beulah land, I'm longing for you, and someday on thee I'll stand. Home shall be eternal. Beulah land, sweet Beulah land, Beulah land, I'm longing for you, and someday on thee I'll stand, where my home shall be eternal. Beulah land, sweet Beulah land. Well, we're looking at Hebrews chapter number 12. We're going to talk about something that probably most of us don't enjoy. And God's got something to say about everything. As I have said for years and years, our job is just to find it. And so we're going to find it tonight. And the magic word is criticism. What do you do with criticism? And, there's an old saying that I came across, and sometimes it's the truth. The old saying was, if a donkey brays at you, don't bray back. So if someone comes to you with some criticism, you have to weigh, who is this person? What are they to me? It could be a stranger. They don't know you at all. Maybe they've seen you say or do something, and they have some constructive criticism. But, sometimes our pride gets in the way. Somebody points out something that's just not right, and we don't like it. And so what does God's Word say about all this? Look at Hebrews 12, verse 15. Here's what it says. Diligently. That means always being on guard and being careful of what's going on around you. And so if someone says something, maybe it's someone that doesn't like you. Maybe it's somebody that's got a crow to pick with you. Or maybe not. But this verse says, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God. See, we can fail. We can do the wrong thing. So we've got to be careful. Oh, so careful. And here's the warning, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you. We can get bitter and allow a bitter spirit spring. And guess who it's going to hurt? It says, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you. It's going to hurt you. Trouble you. And thereby many be defiled. And so first it's going to trouble you, and then maybe a lot of people around you are going to see it, and they'll be troubled by it. And so what else does God say? We told you we'd look over at Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15, verse 32. There are 4 R's that I just wrote down on a piece of paper of what we need to do with criticism. And so, chapter 15, verse 32 says, he that refuseth instruction. That's somebody that comes along and they've got a criticism. They want to tell you maybe a better way to do something. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul. But he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. So don't shut your ears to it. Hear it. And so what are the 4 R's to criticism? Well, first, you respond in love. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. So you respond in love. And then second, you rely on God's wisdom. God, who was that? What did they say? You show it to me. Talk to God about it. Rely on God's wisdom. Respond in love. Rely on God's wisdom. Review your action or your words. Think about what you did. Review it. And then resolve to improve. Once you've reviewed it, you say, I can do better. There is a better way to do that. Years ago, I had Harlan Landis. He came over here to help me. I don't know much about lawnmowers, and Harlan Landis was an expert at that kind of thing. And he had a heart attack or some kind of a heart procedure, and he wasn't able to do much, and he was bored just sitting around the house. And he came over. I called him and said, Harlan, could you come over and just sit while I work on it? You show me, you tell me what to do, and I'll do it. And we set out in the drive. I put I cut a big old refrigerator box and put that out and put the lawnmower on front of it. And the rear end was out in the lawnmower. It wouldn't go in reverse. And there were little metal keys. And if you know anything about motors and transmissions and things like that, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't know a whole lot, but Harlan explained it to me. He sat in his chair, and oh, so many times during that afternoon, as I laid there under that lawnmower and worked on it, it was hot and the sun was shining and sweat was in my eyes. Harlan kept leaning forward like he wanted to do some of the work, and I kept telling him, Harlan, you can't do it. You can't do it. You've got to wait. And I'm not the best with tools. I thought I was doing all right. I had adjustable wrenches and I had socket sets and was doing all kinds of things there. And all of a sudden, Harlan blurted out, "Have you ever used a wrench before?" It makes me laugh to think about that today. I must have frustrated Harlan something fierce for him to say that to me. I just kind of laughed that day. Yeah. Sorry, Harlan. I was doing the best I could. I could have got mad and stomped away. I can't believe he said that to me. But Harlan had give up his afternoon. He was over there. I'll tell you what, we got it back together. I slid the little key into place, put everything back together, and started that lawnmower up. And it went forward, and I put it back in reverse, and that thing backed up across the driveway. And I remember grinning at Harlan, and he was grinning back. We had accomplished something that day. So, Harlan was my friend. He's still my friend. Only his address has changed. He's with God. I would imagine Harlan's done a few catch and release fishing episodes. And when we get there, he'll be able to tell us about the big one. Let me take you down to this lake here. We're going to catch some big ones down here. And so remember, criticism, the 4 R's. Respond in love. Rely on God's wisdom. Review your actions or your words. And resolve to improve. Have a blessed evening.